Hey y'all, hey, it's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get into a sweet life, honey. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. So we're on episode 4. All 3 of the episodes were really good. I do not know how many episodes they have this season. Maybe it's 9, maybe it's 12, not sure. But I like the show, okay? Y'all let me know how y'all feeling it. I know some people feel like this show is a little too young for them, but I'm enjoying it all the same, honey, okay? So let's go ahead and hop into it. So episode 4, PJ over there bragging about his McLaren and how people were seeing him when he was pulling up. I was like, PJ, sit your down, sit down. Okay, he over there happy about it, lying to people, telling them that he's a doctor. I said, baby boy, you wish. Go return this rental immediately. Okay, thank you. PJ, what else did he do? He lies and says that he thought everybody was bringing friends because, you know, they pressing him on why he brought Miami. He told me, oh, I thought everybody was bringing friends. You know, motherfucker, you ain't think that everybody was bringing no motherfucking friend. You knew what you was doing. You came there trying to flex and to stunt. That's why you pulled up in the McLaren and you pulled up with another woman. Shut up. Okay. What else did he say? He talked about how he didn't even know that Becky liked him. I said, now I can take this whole thing of water right here and just fling it at you because you're lying yet again. Becky told you that she liked you at the Black is Back party. She told you that then. So for you to say that you didn't really know, PJ is a liar. Okay. And Becky, whatever you get with him is what you get. Good luck. Okay. Because PJ full of and I said what I said. Jordan speaks on Bree being calm and not doing the most. He says he isn't ready to give himself to someone. Then why? I'm like, then why are you pursuing her? Okay, why are you pursuing her if you're not ready to give yourself to this girl? I'm confused. Okay, so you're just trying to smash and pass, and if that's what you want to do, Jordan, that's okay. You should say that up front because there are a lot of women that are on the same tip as you. Okay, so yeah, be a little careful, and if that's how you move it, don't be trying to huddle up, kiss up, rub up, fill up, and be all up under this girl. And that's you. She wasn't even doing the most. That was you doing the most. Okay. And then you want to sit up there and tell this girl to chill out on the PDA. No, you chill out first. I didn't like that. Jordan looking for someone that could possibly be on the same level as him, which means busy. So if she ain't busy, that means she got too much time hitting him up, asking him, what you doing? What you doing today? Okay, what's going on over here? You know, she too busy being in his business. But when she gets super busy, she ain't got time to be worried about what it is that he over there doing. Okay. Anyway, good luck. Let's move on to Becky and Brianna because I kind of appreciated the conversation that was being had in the car. Okay, now we learned that Miss Becky is selling CMOS. So not only does she work in corporate as like an HR professional or whatnot, but she also sells CMOS on the side, which is pretty dope. And I'm sure that's a very lucrative business that she's getting up and off the ground running. Okay, Brianna is trying to find a hustle so she can start working for the white man, basically, is what she's saying. My thing for Brianna is make sure that it's something that you really want to do, and it's not that it's something that you see all your other friends doing, so you're trying to just be a part of it. You're trying to just keep up with everybody else because after a while, and I say that because I've kind of been in a friendship like that, after a while, you kind of lose sight of some of the things you may want because you're so busy trying to keep up with what they got going on just to be a part of the circle or whatever. So just really it's okay with taking your time. It's okay. A lot of people work corporate jobs. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. A lot of times people, or not a lot of times, but for the past few years, people have been pushing this entrepreneurial mindset. Y'all need to be bosses, this, that, and the other. And that's great, but that's not for everybody. Okay. Everybody isn't an entrepreneur, right? So I think when it comes down to Miss Brianna, you really need to just take the time that you have and really think about what it is that you want to do. Okay, so that whatever it is you're trying to do, all of your love is being poured into that, and you're not just coming up with something just to come up with it, and then as soon as it's not yielding you the numbers that you want, or it's not as successful as you think it should be, you just quit. Okay, and that's how you're gonna be able to tell the difference whether you just was in it for the money just to say you had a hustle, or whether you genuinely love it. Because if it's something you genuinely love, it has no choice but to work, because you're going to put your energy into making that work because you believe in it that much. So that's the only thing, that's the advice that I have for Brianna. Like, just be careful about that. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, Brianna brings up PJ being in the bed. She was like, girl, why was somebody in our bed when I was getting ready to leave Palm Springs? Like, what is this about? Okay, Becky brings up Miami, but she likes to call her Tallahassee, and I'm like, let's not, and say we did. Let's not. I feel like that's rude. But you know, she's young, and that's what the girls do. So anyway, she says that PJ was just telling her about how much they're just friends. Like that's it. Like they're just friends. There's nothing to it. And so Brianna was like, well, girl, with you knowing that, why was you going so hard? What was that about? Why were you going so hard? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what we all want to know. Because you were doing the absolute most, Becky. The absolute most. And I hate to say it, but if Miss Miami would have took whatever was in her cup and doused it at you, I would not have even been mad, because you were doing the most. And then on top of that, you was doing the absolute most for a dude that wasn't even your dude, a dude that you had a crush on. Okay, a dude that's been like pushing you off. Okay, to be honest, a dude that really was feeling your friend more than you. So had she doused you with a little bit of whatever was in that red cup, I would not have been mad, but we're going to move on, okay? So Brianna wants to, so she says that she still needs to talk to PJ, because she wants to know about, like, I guess his judgment, or what was he thinking or whatever when everything went down. Now, Brianna doesn't understand why she talking to someone that brought another woman to a party or to an event or to a vacation that came to flex on her. And I said, okay, Brianna, now when you right, I'm with you. Okay, when you right, I'm with you. I was with Brianna on that. Like, why are you talking to somebody, girl, that came out here to play you? Ain't really been giving you no energy for real, girl. What is that about? Okay. She tells her, girl, I would have cut him off. And then she also but then I also don't believe that fully from Brianna, saying she would have cut him off. Brianna, you stayed in a 7-year relationship. Okay, you stayed in a 7-year relationship, so no, you would not have cut nobody off. Just off of how Jordan was treating you, you wouldn't gonna cut him off, because you technically didn't even cut Jordan off. You wanted to keep having a conversation with Jordan so Jordan could explain himself. So for you to say that you would have cut him off, I don't believe that at all. Brianna wouldn't cut nobody off. But I did appreciate Brianna telling her, I am no longer team PJ and Becky. I said, thank you. I'm not. I never was. Don't want to see them together, girl. Okay, PJ is a world of trouble. For sure, he's conflicted in his spirit, but that's just that. Let's move on to Thailand. Thailand goes to see her mommy with her boyfriend, and we can see that Thailand's boyfriend Jalen has a really good relationship with her mom. And I ain't gonna lie, I love to see it, because you would think her mama is his mama. He was the one sitting over there next to her, cuddled up under her, like that's his mama, period. And she not gonna tell him no different. Thailand said sometimes she feel like she the stepdaughter, or she the sister, the daughter-in-law. I say you are. It's not funny, but I was like, you are, and what else is going on? Okay. We learned some things about Thailand. Her dad is actually in prison. He's been in prison for many years. I feel like it's been like 20 some years. I think he went like after she was a year old or something like that. Oh no, since she was 4 years old, her father has been locked up. Okay. And I think her mom said he may have been in there for like 26 years. So they probably would put Thailand somewhere around the age of like 30, 29, 30 or something like that. Because I have been wondering, what is the age of those individuals? And a lot of people say this show is so young, but I'm like, they are older. They're closer. They're like closer to their 30s than they are their early 20s. So anyway, let's move on. Okay, her mom. Because Thailand feels like she's building her legacy. She's going to be doing a legacy party with her friends and stuff like that. She wished her dad could, be around to experience it or whatever. And her mom immediately started crying and says that she's sorry that she ended up getting knocked up by a person that ended up being in prison. And I was just like, girl, do not cry. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know what was going to be, what was down the road for him, unless he was one of the dudes that was in the streets, and it was a heavy possibility that, okay, maybe girl, maybe you did, maybe you should be sorry and just get them tears or whatever. But at the end of the day, you were young or whatever. But I loved how her boyfriend got up and was like, come console your mom. He was consoling her at first. He made sure she got closer to her mom, and then he sat down next to her mom's legs and cradled her legs. I said, come on. I said, this is a good guy. Okay. Cause he was out there in the streets too. And then her mom took him into her household and said, but if you're going to move in here, you're going to have to let all that other stuff go, which he did. So he seems like he's a really nice guy. I love the dynamic and the friendship, the relationship that her mom has with him. You would think that that is her son. I love it, love it, love it. I hope that I have that relationship with my son's girlfriend whenever, he gets older or gets married or whatever. I hope we have a really good relationship, but I'm definitely going to be screening. Do not get it twisted, but let's go ahead and move on, honey. All right. Becky and PJ. So they link up. Child, it was so dry. It was so dry. They link up. They speak on the situation in Palm Springs. His fake ass gonna sit up there and tell her thanks for opening your door that night. She was like, oh, You were outside and you were just knocking. And I was like, oh my God, you look so helpless. Where are you going to go? That big ass house that y'all was in, girl, that boy could have chose anywhere in there to lay his head. Okay, he was on some fugazi stuff, and honestly, you should have left him out there after how he played you. So now you're showing him just how far he can go with you and how he's going to play you. And don't be mad when it happens because you laid the path. You haven't held him responsible for anything that he's done. If anything, you've opened your arms and you've taken him back in. So when he play you again, my dear, be ready. Okay, now. I just felt like, girl, he would have stayed out there. He would have been continuing to knock to the morning hours. You can stay out there knocking. Matter, it's too many other beds in here for you to go. This house big as hell. If you can't get a bed, baby, get a sofa, cause it's huge in here. You just didn't want to sleep alone after an argument. That's what that was. I can't deal. He was whack as hell for that. Let's get into Amanda and Thailand. Okay, so Brianna ends up joining them. I believe it actually. Yeah, so it was Amanda and Thailand. They were sitting out, and Brianna joins them. And Brianna is trying to work on a body scrub wax, and it went from a body scrub wax to later on in the season we see where she got like some type of shea butter or whatever. And I'm like, okay, then, girl. Which one is it? You just trying to make a skincare line? Didn't say that, okay? They asked her a lot of questions that she doesn't know the answer to quite yet. You know, they asked her, do she got an LLC? What is this right here about the business? Do you know about your overhead? Do you know about da 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 da? And I just didn't like all the well, let me say this. I appreciated being business women as her friends, asking her these questions to let her know what's ahead of her. But to assume that she got all these answers right now, no. I feel like fail your way forward, girl. You ain't gonna have all the answers. Even the people that went and got all of those things that those girls are talking about, they didn't even have all the answers. There was something that was missing out of the loop too. So don't let that be an intimidation factor if this is indeed something that you truly believe in and something that you want to do. Just try it out. See how it works. But as you see that you probably got your first 100 sales or your first 50 or 25, girl, you need to be starting to put some pen to paper, you know what I'm saying, as far as the name, getting it incorporated or copyrighted or whatever you need to do. You need to start making moves to do that, because if you get your first 25 orders within a month and people is feeling it and you got some good reviews coming after that, that means that it's probably going to do well continuing as long as you push it. So yeah, I think those were good questions, but I don't think it should have made her feel, I didn't like if it made her feel a way about the direction she was going. So it's like, girl, so many people start their career and don't know what the hell they're doing, and then they just figure it out. So it is what it is. Good luck. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay. Amanda, she brings up Brianna and Jordan, wanted to know more about that situation. And Thailand uses this as an opportunity for her to tell Brianna the things that her man told her that Jordan said. And I was kind of like, ooh, I knew that wasn't going to be the right thing. I was like, I don't know if he's going to want you to have told her this information. And then when you playing telephone like this and you pass the notes and pass, it always gets translated differently every time that you give some information to another person. So I was like, girl, I don't know about that. No, ma'am. Okay, so she tells her that Jordan was like, you require a lot. He says that he's on his business SHI. He wants to be with someone that has something going for themselves. And Brianna is hurt about what he said. And I'm just like, did he really say it like that though? Is that exactly what he said? I don't know if those were the exact words of what he said. I can't recall. But okay, I don't think those were the exact words. And I think it could have been misinterpreted. But okay. So Tyler tells her sometimes burned bridges lead the way. And I'm like, well, that's a great point. I like that. Girl, you need to put that on a shirt or something. Sometimes burned bridges lead the way. Okay, girl, that I gotta hold on to that one because that was a good one. Okay, people be out here holding on to certain things. Girl, let it go, because sometimes burned bridges definitely lead the way. That was a great one. Okay, Brianna takes Jordan going off with him. He's sitting down there in with his mama and brother. She going off on him like, yeah, Tyler told me what you had said. So she's going off about that. Jordan's over there talking to his mom because his mom wants to know what's going on. Like, first of all, you need to put your phone down. We had dinner. right? So she wants to know what's going on, and he tells her about, you know, him wanting to be with a girl or whatever, but feeling as though he's too busy to do such a thing at this time. He tells her about the incident, and he doesn't want to talk, but his mom is like, no, I want you to open up, tell me more about it. And she also tells him, like, when it comes to her, don't try to avoid the conversation, because it could be something positive that comes from it if you two actually have a conversation about it. And see, that's, we ended up seeing as to why Jordan is the way that he is. But, and I feel like a lot of people are like this. A lot of guys are like this. There's some women that are like this. They just like to avoid conversations thinking that it's going to make it better, but you're not growing. It's not helping you. You got to be able to have the tough conversations that you don't want to have. And it don't always have to end up being a negative thing. It don't always have to end up being an argument or anything like that. It's just merely both of you guys getting understanding whether it hurts the person or not. Okay, so that's that. All right. So, all in all, I love the dynamics of the relationships that the guys are having with the mothers, right? I'm loving how Gerald had a great relationship with his dad, talking to his dad. Like, I love that. I like seeing that. This is good stuff. Okay, so they get to the legacy party. It's cute. I'm like, okay, girl, I see you. This is cute, Miss Simon, girl. Okay, do your thing. Okay, she set people purposely, like she set them in assigned areas. Okay, I was so happy because PJ came here and said, you ain't got me and Becky sitting together. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't got you and Becky sitting together. So sit your ass down there on the corner and shut up. I was glad that she did not have him sitting next to her. Meanwhile, Bree still pressed by Jordan, honey. I was like, girl, leave this boy alone. You did all that talking about PJ, but you over here slick running behind Jordan. Girl, go ahead. And then what else we got? It was so cute. So first of all, PJ could not keep his mother eyes off of Miss Becky while she was sitting over there talking to while she was talking to the guy next to the table. He couldn't keep his eyes off her. And it's just like, PJ, you really do not want her. You fake as hell. You don't want her. You just don't want nobody else to be interested in her. Same thing with Brianna. When Brianna was with Jordan, you kept eyeing her. Now, I do believe that you really liked her because you couldn't keep your eyes off her. But Becky, you've shown her enough times that you're not that interested in her. So, okay. But anyway, so while they're doing introductions, Miss Amanda gets a call, and I'm sure production set this up for Tylen's dad to call her. And it was such a sweet moment. She started to cry. Some people around the table started to cry. I started to tear up a little bit. I thought it was so sweet. He made her legacy dinner just that better. You know, it was such a sweet thing. So that was nice. PJ and Brianna go over to have a conversation. So Brianna trying to get in his tail about him bringing another girl to the event. And she said, that couldn't have been me because you got me fucked up. You got me messed up and you got my best friend messed up. I am so tired of Brianna talking about who got her messed up. Okay? You have yourself messed up. That's what that is. You have yourself messed up, which is why you need to take a break and go and work on yourself. That's some things that you need to do. Work on yourself, work on your own inner healing, find the business or hustle or whatever that's right for you and put all your energy and focus into that. These other dudes gonna always be around, honey. Some of them gonna be about some of them ain't gonna be about shit. But one thing they gonna do, they gonna be around. So focus on what you got going on with you, okay? Because you have yourself messed up. All right. So that's that. Becky comes over and she got on my nerves. She's like, hi, how are you guys doing? Okay, well, I just want to make sure that you guys are doing okay. Everything's fine. There's no arguing. You guys are making me proud. Becky, go take your ass back. This dude is lame as hell. And your friends see it from a mile away, even though she can't see her own niggas from a mile away. Girl, bye. Go ahead. I was like, girl, go sit back and go drink out your little whatever you drinking on. Sit down and shut up. Okay? So when it comes down to Brianna, she tried to go over there and talk to Jordan. Just walk up in his conversation and just interrupt it. She didn't even say, excuse me. She didn't say nothing. She just walked up in the conversation and he wasn't interested. And she was like, you want to talk? He was like, no, I don't. She was like, we need to talk. He said, no, we don't. We don't have to. Now, he was wrong for how he said it, but I love that he said that to her because you don't just interrupt somebody's conversation and think that it's all about you. That's not what we're doing here. Right? That's disrespectful. So I was so here for him, like just blowing her off and pushing her off to the side. She looked stupid. She looked dumb. And she just went on over there about her business. First of all, you've been ignoring this dude the whole event as he has you. And do you want to walk up and try and have a conversation? Girl, go ahead with your stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's that. I mean, that's all I got for Miss Brianna and Sweet Life. Okay. She didn't talk to him. It was what it was. I mean, he didn't talk to her. It was what it was. They will have a sit down. But I also appreciated the fact that he didn't have that talk with her, because she could have gotten loud. He could have gotten a bit more raunchier, and he probably didn't want that to go down at Tyler's event. So neither one of them were in the proper headspace to really have this conversation, and I'm okay with that. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about the latest episode, episode 4 of Sweet Life. And I'll be back with you guys later on today with more episodes 5 and 6. I'm Jamie, that's me. That's me, Jamie. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.